not harsh, but I won't say harsh, but like get out the house, which I need to get out the house. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Idalis. Rideout. Become a writer today and subscribe. Okay, so today we are going to get into this makeup look that I created. This is my everyday detailed makeup look with no foundation. Get into it. Also, I didn't use no mascara either. If you want to know how I got this look, keep watching. Okay. I feel so cute. I feel so cute today. Like, first off, obviously y'all are going to be in the comments, your skin is already perfect. Step number one, your skin. Step number one, have great skin. Yes. I can give y'all a in-depth like skincare routine that I usually do, but I won't get into that in this video. We're gonna focus on the makeup. But yes, make sure you're hydrated, skincare, moisturization, all of that. So we're gonna start with the first step, and I've been doing this step for a long time. This is gonna be very in-depth, by the way. This whole routine is going to be very in-depth. I really want to give y'all the nitty-gritty why I use what I use. First, I use the Drunk Elephant Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. Had a whole viral moment. I've had this for over a year. Is it probably expired? Yes. But do I still use it? Yes, because there's still some in the bottle. I'm not going to not use it. This thing is like 50 bucks. I'm going to use the whole thing. Love this. Love this. And then I use a Supergoop Every Single Face Watery Lotion, 50 SPF. I use this one specifically, and I have it turned upside down because there's like nothing left. Now, Supergoop does have the glow screen that's SPF 40 that does have a highlight in it that is basically this, but for me it's too light and there's also too much highlighter in it for me, so I instead like to mix these two together. If Supergoop came out with something that was a little darker, that would be great. So let's apply these to my face. The struggle is gonna be real. Yo, I need to get paid on Friday and I need to go to Sephora. I need to get paid tomorrow. Right, bronzing drops, shake it up. 2 drops, that's it. 1, 2, boom, that's it. That's it. That's it. Also, don't get this on your lips. If you get this on your lips, you're gonna be able to like taste the SPF and it tastes really gross. Like, really gross. After that, we do our brows. So the Phi Beauty brow gel. I heard that the e.l.f. one is a hot contender for the Phi brow gel, so if you're looking for a cheaper option, definitely look into that one. I'm also gonna be linking all these products down below, so definitely go into the description box. How I do it, I just coat my brows really well up. You want it to dry down, and then it also has this cool brush and comb, so I comb it through and then brush it down. So comb it through like so. Comb it down. And then take like the top part and kind of like get those extra hairs to like be in line together. Go across and down. Then I try to like wipe off the excess that's on top and below the brow as well, just with my finger. And that's what that brow is looking like. And then comb through and then brush down, right? Brush down and then brush those extra hairs to the side like that. Like so. Wipe off the excess with your finger. You're gonna leave that alone. It's gonna dry. Next, we're gonna go in with our blush. So I use the Milk Makeup Cooling Tint in Spritz. I've used this before. Love this. All of these colors are amazing. I like to use these because they last. It's a lip stain and cheek stain. Is it particularly beginner friendly? You have to work quickly. So I highly recommend, I mean, if you're a beginner, you can definitely use this. But if you're a beginner, definitely start on one cheek and immediately with your finger or with a brush. I use like this round kind of like stippling brush and then go in with my fingers like that. I like to place my blush on the apples of my cheeks and then bring it in a little bit underneath my eye like that. apples, right? Take it up a little bit, right? A bit into the hairline, because you want the blush to also kind of like lift up your face. If you kind of just center it here, it like focuses it more here, but if you bring it up, we're also going to bring it a little here and on the nose, but when focusing it on your cheeks, you want to bring it up a bit, and then put a little bit here in the center of my nose, so it looks like I'm blushing a little bit. So like when it's cold, you get red on your nose, kind of that kind of natural blush. But I like to just take the excess and really just do this whole tapping motion with my brush on my face. And then taking a little bit here. Now, there are some days where this is it. Put my glasses on and that's it. And that's okay. Got a little no makeup or really no makeup, but another Milk makeup product that I love is the matte bronzer stick in Blitz. Now, the placement of bronzer is very important, so I'm gonna show y'all my placement, right? This is how I do it, like really quickly. The hollows of your cheeks. Put it slightly higher than the hollows of your cheeks to lift your jaw, right? And then boom, temples, nose contour. You want your nose contour to go into your brow, so we are gonna brush that into the brow. A little bit down the nose. We're gonna use this also as an eyeshadow, so taking it on the outside of the eye, on the nose. That's it. You can also do it here. You can also do it on your jawline. I'm not gonna do it on my jawline today, but you can do this to make your lips look a little bigger. So let's do it again, right? Cheek, yeah. Temple, nose, eye. This is the contour pattern, right? Honestly, I kind of let that sit because it doesn't really move. Now I'm gonna color correct under my eyes. So to color correct, I use the Thread, this looks crazy. I use the Thread Medium Warm Golden Foundation Stick in 130. So this is what she looks like, foundation stick. Their foundation sticks are really good. If you want, you can also use these as a contour stick, as like, instead of using the Milk one, because this is a drugstore product. I know they did sell it at Target, but with all the things happening with Target, I don't know what's going on. So I take a flat foundation brush and do this. The reason why I use this color for me is because it has more red undertones, and I put it under my eyes. My eyes are usually where I get the most discoloration, so I just like place it there. We are gonna put concealer on over it. Put it around my mouth. This is basically like my foundation color, but a bit more on the reddish side. I also put this here because I have discoloration around my mouth, and you see how it kind of just like evens it out a bit. Cute. You can also skip this step. You could skip it. You could just put concealer on. So next, concealer placement. We are going to be using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. Don't know what shade this is, I'm not gonna lie, because it's not on here. But amazing, amazing, amazing formula. Also, the Ilia formula is really good. Red, I'm sure, also has lighter colors. You can also do that with this. Love the NARS concealer as well. Love, love, love the Smashbox Halo concealers as well. Super dewy, great finish as well. So definitely look for a concealer with a dewy finish. So let's do the placement for this. So the placement for the concealer is gonna be, of course, here on the inner corner, inner highlight, inner, I'm losing my words. Anyway, we're not gonna take it all the way. We're gonna leave a space and do that to accentuate, to highlight, to lift. We are lifting. Of course, on the forehead to highlight the forehead, a little on the nose, on the lip, and on the chin. Now we're gonna blend. I'm taking a flat, dense brush. I'm gonna start with the contour. So we're gonna tap, 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 always pushing upwards. Up, 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 into the blush, right? We don't want to bring it down, because if we bring it down, it's going to drag our face down. Bring it up, bring it up. And then we're going to take that into the temple. Tap that in. Then we're going to take another dense brush. It's a bit more rounded, but dense. And we're going to blend this into the brow first. So I know there's a, what's her name? I forget her name. The British girl that like, this like went viral I think last year, of like how she placed her contour into her brows. So when like you're doing this, it kind of like opens up the eye a bit more, and it almost lifts up your eye to be a bit more wolfy. That's like kind of the trend that was going around. I forget her name. I'll put it on the screen, but she like created this trend. I've been doing it for a while, but definitely I feel like placing your contour into your brow is that girl for sure. Blend it here, and then of course a sponge. So we're gonna take our beauty blender, love her, iconic, and we're gonna blend out the concealer that we put on our face. Also, I'm gonna be blending this concealer into the color corrector that I used on my face as well, and just generally blending everything together with the beauty blender. Doing that. So you don't want to drag it too much in. You do want to connect the two, but not too much. You still want to keep the concealer focused where you placed it on the eyes, or on your cheeks I should say. So you want to definitely blend in the concealer that you put here into the contour that you put into the eye as well. Okay, so that's the liquid base down. To set my contour, I keep it pretty warm. I use the Idalis Songbird Nightlife Bronzing Powder. It's very loved, very used. Just take it and literally just put it where you put the contour before, to just warm it up a bit as well, because this is like a bit redder. It's going to bronze the face a bit more. While the stick, the Milk Makeup stick, was more of a contour, this is more of a bronze. So it's like kind of like mixing the two. Instead of me setting it with a powdered contour, I'm setting it with the powdered bronzer. So it kind of like blends it together. So you're kind of like skipping a step. You're welcome. And making it quicker for you to get out the house, which I need to get out the house, because I need to leave. We're also gonna take it on the eyes, same placement, just dragging it like so into the crease of your eye, into the brow. I just like my makeup to be very diffused and very effortless, so that's what I keep in mind when it comes to like placement. Like I'm not super harsh with my nose or super harsh with my contour. Like I'm trying to be in and out. I feel like the more like detailed and harsh the lines are, something, not harsh, but I don't want to say harsh, but like, you know what I mean, like chiseled, you have to take more time. And if you don't have the time, which I'm assuming that's why you're watching this video, keep it blended, keep it blended. Blending does take time though, so is it really? I'm sorry if the framing changed. My memory card ran out of space, so let's get back into it. Okay, so powder. So I'm gonna blend this again, make sure there's no creases under your eyes. The powder I'm going to use is, honestly, this powder is a little life-changing. It's actually really good, and it's really good for like everyday setting. Like it's very light. You'll see it when I put it on. I love the Laura Mercier powder as well. It's a little denser, so definitely for like those high coverage days, but also if you know how to work with it and like thin it out, you can definitely use a Laura Mercier powder every day. But this Milk Makeup powder I feel like is also buildable, but it starts off pretty light. So the Pore Eclipse translucent setting powder in translucent medium. I've still got a lot left, so I'm just gonna tap that right in there. We're gonna take one of these sponges. This is what I like to do, right? Take the powder, dip this in the powder, coat it like so. Take your hand, blot it onto your hand first a few times to evenly distribute it onto the sponge, but to also not have any excess. And then when we want more powder, we go into our hand and put more on. Are we following? Okay, so we have the powder. So starting here at the inner corner, press, 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 press. And just take that up. Taking some from my hand, taking it down also to set around my mouth, just like that. So this is set. This part is set, but this isn't set. You can see the difference. So taking some more powder, maybe getting a little bit more from the pan, tapping inner corner. spreading it out to the outer corner. Just like that. Also, you can blend it in here as well. Also taking a little bit on the forehead, down the nose, and it's set. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the line of the demarcation of where the contour bronzing was. You can just take a brush, swirl it around, dust off any excess. So now the base is basically done. If you do want to add a foundation before that powder that we just put, I do recommend the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. I know it's not foundation, it's tinted moisturizer, and also the Smashbox tinted moisturizer. Also the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation is also really great. If you want to add a foundation, some sort of extra coverage if you need it, definitely do that. We're gonna go into the eyes. We're going to do a little bit of a wing. Don't have to do this. You could just skip it and go straight into mascara. I just want to show y'all, if I have the time, I'll do this. So I take a powder. It's a little bit more forgiving. So this is the Makeup by Mario Square. Don't know the name. I've had this for a while, obviously. So I take the dark brown here. Pick any dark neutral brown and take an angled brush like this. You want something that's thin, that's precise. Take a little bit on the brush. I start at the end of my eye. I take it, extending from the lower lash line to the tip of the brow. And then taking my brush, I connect it into my upper lash line, like so. And just blend it like that. It's very subtle, it's very simple. You can really like blend it out as much as you want, but I just extend that, doing really small, simple strokes. You can also do stamps to just bring it all the way into the inner corner of the eye. It's super quick and easy, I feel like, and very beginner friendly. Instead of using like a pencil or a pen or whatever, I feel like using a brush and eyeshadow is a bit more forgiving. So I use this just to also open up the eyes. This is it with the wing, without the wing, with the wing, without the wing. So let's do the other eye, extending it out to the end of the brow. Just slowly bring it in. So then I like to take it and bring it into the bottom lash line. You don't have to bring it to the bottom lash line, you can just leave it on top, but just to give a little bit more like smokiness, I do that. And then I take that same brush that the bronzer was on, put a little bit of that bronzer onto the brush, and then blend that out, just like that. This just helps to make the eye look a bit more cohesive and also cover up any creasing under your eye as well. Of course, if you want mascara. Now, I know it's trending right now to like not do mascara, and honestly this look is really cute without mascara. I feel like I shouldn't do mascara. Maybe I shouldn't do mascara. If you want to do mascara, do it. It'll be the time. Okay, we're gonna skip mascara, but usually I do mascara. So this is the Giorgio Armani mascara, Eyes to Kill #1. I also love the Smashbox mascara in the stiletto lash in that red bottle. Also slaps. I go into my brows. So what I usually use is this pop from Kosas in the shade dark brown. Kept it just so I could like show y'all, but since we don't have that, I have been using this Boy Brow. I've had this for a long time. I don't even know if they make this anymore. However, the Benefit Brow stuff is just really great generally. So this has a powder and a large thick brow pencil. But what I like to do is start with powder. Just fill in gaps in the entire brow. And then I take the other side, really thick. I usually do a messy boy brow, so this product works for me, but I do like to be a bit more precise. But this is all I got, so we gotta make it work. Small strokes, pushing upwards into the brow, flicking it out, 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 extending the end, like that. You want these strokes to be up, to be pushed upwards. Just kind of like clean it up with my finger. And then I go in with spoolie Really try to blend out the front because you want the front to be lighter than the rest of the brow. If you want a specific video about a specific part of this makeup routine, whether it's a brow routine or just a base routine or just an eye routine that's really slowed down, definitely let me know. And then finally, we're gonna do blush and highlighter. So to top off the blush, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Halo Sculpt and Glow Face palette in Berry. This just fell out of this tin. I'm gonna deal with that later. But we're gonna take these two. We're gonna take these two blushes. We're gonna mix them together. We're just gonna place it on top of where we placed that Milk makeup blush. Just on the same place on the nose. Dragging it a bit here into under the eyes. I do like a lot of blush. I'm definitely a blush girl, so pile it on. Next, my favorite step is highlighting. So I've had this Merit Beauty highlighting balm in Kava. She's well loved, obviously. I take a stippling brush and I put it on my inner corner. Now with this, placement is important. Not only do you put on your inner corner, but you bring it up into the fold of your eye. Blend it up this way towards the nose and it opens up your eye. This is the secret. This. Do you see the difference with how my eye is like? I feel like it gives your eyes a pop. I feel like it gives your eyes just a bit more opening and a bit more like sweetness and cuteness to them. And then also nose placement, right? So I like to put it here. The highlighter I like to place here. Not on this bridge of my nose, but in this middle area between my brows and the bridge of my nose. And then I place it on the tip of my nose as well. I really like this highlighter because it's not a powder highlighter and it's not super cakey. It just looks like sweat. I feel like the best highlighters look like sweat and not like highlighters. When you're trying to go for a more natural look especially, go for highlighters that are like cream base, very balmy. Says balm highlighter, definitely go for that. So lastly, of course, the lip. I keep it pretty simple. I like to have a lip gloss that has a tint to it, so it gives my lips a little bit of a tint and also has a bit of a treatment. So I do use this Ole Henriksen. I obviously use it a lot. This Ole Henriksen, however you say it, the peptide lip treatment in Cocoa Cream. This has a bit of a red tint to it. I do want to try, I think my next pickup is going to be the Topicals one that's like a little red, that has a little tint to it, because I love the Topicals formula. But take this, and if you want to do a little lip line, you can, but I think for me to keep it like super simple, straightforward, just do a little lip gloss. But if you want to do a little brown lip liner, I also go back and forth between some other lip glosses on top. So I like the Merit Beauty lip gloss or lip oil. I use the Merit lip gloss in Mapleton, and of course this NYX butter gloss is always amazing. This is in Sugar Glass. Obviously it's well used, but let's do the Merit today and just add her. And then of course my favorite step, setting. Again, MAC Fix Plus, always a go-to, always a standard. I also use, if I really want this to lash, I use the Smashbox Endurance Spray. That's also really great, really great. So spray that down. This is an important step, okay? This is probably one of the most important steps. Let it dry. So that's pretty dried down now, I would say. So now I'm going to use the Kosas Softly Cloud Setting Powder, obviously also very used. Take my Ilia really fluffy powder brush, tap it, and I put this everywhere. Everywhere. The skin, the base, eating. And then I do have the Caudalie Beauty Elixir. And as you can see, it's very well loved. Do like 2-3 sprays over that, and literally that's it. I'm just gonna let that dry. Okay, so this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, like. If you want to become a writer today, become a writer today. Hit that subscribe button, okay, right now. Leave a comment, what you liked, what you learned, all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.